Judge Raquel pauses, reviews the full record, then delivers the decision that changes everything. A $50,000 bond is set.
Good morning, you're Joshua Barlo, and this is, 17-26688, and Mr. Barlo is on probation for the second-degree felony offense of possession of a controlled substance. That probation was from September 18th of 2017. There has been a motion to revoke that probation. It looks like it was an adjudicated probation. Sorry, I'm trying to read without going back and forth. Was it a 10 over 10? 10 over 10 here. Yeah, we're only here on that one. Okay. So it was a 10-year sentence that was probated for 10 years. And so there's no bond that's been set. Mr. Lewis has filed a motion asking that I set a bond in the case. It looks like the allegations in that hearing, or the administrative hearing that went into that motion, were that Mr. Barlo has allegedly committed the offense of terroristic threat of a family or household member November 2nd, 2025 in Harris County, that looks like failed to avoid injurious or vicious habits. The defendant has allegedly previously assaulted the victim in the Houston PD case, in Beaumont PD case, failed to gain permission to leave the county without permission when he was in Harris County, failed to update a physical address, did not immediately report the arrest to the probation department, tested positive for THC in March and April of 2025, and behind in his fees. Mr. Hold on. Mr. Lewis, you may proceed. Mr. Barlow, best you can, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? All right, thank you, sir. Go ahead.
In this situation, of course, Mr. Barlow has been charged with his offense over in Harris County. His family has paid represent him over there. So what I'm trying to do is make sure it's not a situation where that case is sitting while he's here. We're dealing with this and trying to make sure they get resolved at the same time. And to do that, of course, I would need him with me to here over there so we can get something resolved. So I am waiting on the rest of the discovery over there. So I definitely would need him with me so we try to get this resolved as soon as possible. Because I think a lot of the allegations, of course, in the motion deals with that today. Whether it's the offensive detail, food, issues, playing witness, even the address. Because even with that situation, Judge, I believe a lot of that has been resolved already because when he was arrested there, the initial thought was that he was staying in Harris County and living in Houston at that time. And which once that situation was resolved, they changed his bond conditions. Initially, he was not allowed to leave Harris County. Once all that was sorted out, he was able to come back to Jefferson County, and he's been on bond for technically for the past couple of months.
On bond for the Harris County.
For the Harris County case, right? And of course, he went into custody as soon as this motion was filed. And a lot of that information I do need to get to the pretrial services over there. He's being supervised over there on pretrial services. But again, a lot of that comes to me having him with me so we can appeal. As far as the next court date, as soon as he bonds out, he'll probably be back on the docket over there in a couple of days. He is currently still on bond. There's not a hold for him over there. Towards the issue with the plaintiff witness. As of right now, as far as the bond conditions go, there's a no contact order in place with him and the complainant. And also there's a emergency protective order that's still active from this case as well. So any concerns with any type of involvement with him and her or anything, that situation, of course, those conditions there are available plus any others that the court will be appropriate. And of course, any other conditions that the court thinks is appropriate in that situation, should monitor that matter, especially any concerns there, uh, more than willing to comply with that. Now, there is one issue though with that, um, with the motion I get thinking of, because previously Mr. Barlow was given permission. And to my understanding, I don't know when that ended or anything, to go back to where he's supposed to just be here, but he was given permission at some point to move to Harris County. For 2 years now, he has been trying to find employment, people living over there for him and his family. His wife did, so that's why recently she moved away and moved with her and the kids. He was still staying here with his family until he could get the appropriate um, permission to go, because probation was telling him he couldn't move to Harris County. But I don't, of course, I don't believe the court made a call, but at some point from the bench, he gave me permission to move to Harris County. Speak if I'm correct. It was a situation where he was receiving some threats and that things dealing with the murder case that was from a few years ago. And that's when we approached him and talked to you about
Okay, I need some more information. So, where does where does Brajan, Brajane, where does Brajane Foster and your children live now? I didn't ask where she works. Where does she live? Where does your mom live? What town? What town?
it's 320 Caldwell. It's 07.
What's mom's name? Spell it.
And she's actually in the court of meeting.
Okay. And she's willing for him to live with her if he makes time?
Yes.
Miss, and just for the record, I am reviewing the administrative hearing packet that I was sent before the motion, which also includes the probable cause affidavit for the Harris County offense. So I do have at least what the probable cause affidavit states for the underlying offense over there. In addition,
repeated missed court dates, jail incidents, and prior felonies stacked up against the defendants. Bond reductions were denied. GPS monitoring and house arrest were enforced. The court emphasized public safety above all.
included in that was another probable cause affidavit for similar offense against the same complainant back in 2022 here in Jefferson County, Texas. So it looks like that's what, when I read out that allegations in the motion, that this has been an ongoing issue, it appears. Ms. Malfino, what is the state's position? So Jeffrey, Mr. Wood, had a work for state of those county cases. We back up and so long. And I've filed several motions on myself. I'm looking back. When I reviewed the entirety of his NPR 2000, including those that go all the way back almost 9 years, and given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, that's what gives me some hesitations with the cause of him being granted a bond. Certainly, it will be helpful for today's office and it's there to be resolved, and probably be easier to resolve than there to be part of those people to come here, which I would be happy to do. I don't know the level of cooperation without being successful in terms of my hesitation is just with the Joshua Barlo. I don't. So what's the status of the relationship with Regina? Okay, I don't need all the. So your intention is y'all are is to remain married, and because at one of these things, something that I just read, she stated to an officer that she had been trying to get a divorce for some time. Is that not?
And Judge, I can just say from what I have had a conversation with the complainant and what she's explained to me, that's not her wish. Yeah, they're trying to work through the issues, still be together.
Sounds like y'all had a long time to work through issues, and at some point, I got to protect people from themselves. Mm-mm. Not right now. I'm reading. Um. Hmm. I guess what I'd like to know. Uh, have you spoke? You haven't had an opportunity or reached out to her. Right. I think, yeah, I guess part of what I would like to know, and it's not that it matters necessarily if you have the, my concern is this continued relationship. And so if I give him a bond and he gets out, go to Harris County, that gives me concern. Because part of the condition of the bond would be to remain as far away as possible during this pendency from him.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the issue that there is a no contact place right now, as well as the emergency paperwork, which
I know it's
expired in
90 days.
yeah, I think it's 90 days. It's close to expiring, but then of course the no contact will be in place. And that no contact includes not just her, but the actual physical address of where she lives.
So is that 6604 Belfort Avenue? What was the name of it? Harmony? Like ARM Armady. And that's in Harris County? And that's where she lives right now? Which was Memorial? Is that downtown in the medical center? So does she come here and see the kids? How does that work with your mom? When you weren't in jail? Okay. Over there in Harris County. But you had been, so when this thing happened,
Probation conditions, consecutive sentencing, and firearm restrictions were all explained on record. Refusal to comply or continued violations will have serious legal consequences. The court moved forward, and the rulings are final.